I realized very quickly that the only way for us to really speed up the digital innovation is to get more focus. The core business, our old internal combustion engine, has to focus on restructuring and being profitable as it shrinks. Our new business have to have freedom to innovate without any speed issues.
The automotive industry is in shock after Ford made a controversial decision that's sending shockwaves through the company. This isn't just any ordinary business move, it's a bombshell that has the entire industry on high alert, wondering if Ford is being brilliantly strategic or playing a dangerously high-stakes game. What exactly did Ford do that has the company on high alert? Are they risking their reputation as a trusted automaker, or is this a strategic move that could pay off in the long run? The fall of a titan. In the automotive world, few names carry the weight and recognition of Ford, particularly its line of trucks led by the F-150. Long hailed as America's best-selling truck, the F-150 has built a reputation on reliability, strength, and tradition. However, recent events have cast a shadow over this legacy, leading to a significant consumer backlash and inviting rival brands like Chevy and GMC to seize the opportunity to outshine the once unassailable leader. Jeff Velkovich, a once loyal Ford enthusiast, epitomizes the growing disenchantment among consumers. His tale is a cautionary one. A dream vehicle, the Ford F-150 had transformed into a $60,000 bane. Imagine the pride and excitement of owning what was once a pinnacle of American engineering, tainted by unforeseen transmission woes. His journey from excitement to frustration is a narrative echoed across communities of truck owners nationwide. It's not just about technical failures, but the emotional letdown tied to a brand that had been a part of the American journey for decades. The recall ripples. Recalls are not uncommon in the automotive industry. They aim to address safety and reliability concerns effectively. However, when the problem affects 550,000 vehicles, the scale translates into a public relations crisis. Ford's recent recall of F-150S due to potential downshifting into first gear has done more than inconvenience drivers. It's eroded trust. Such significant action indicates that the problem isn't isolated, sowing seeds of doubt among users about broader mechanical vulnerabilities in these vehicles. For many, a vehicle is more than just a means of transport. It's an investment, a vessel of freedom. When trust is breached, as in the case of these transmission issues, the implications are profound. Consumers are left grappling with uncertainty, seeing their vehicles not as enablers but as liabilities. Reliability issues extend beyond transmission problems. Take the case of EcoBoost engines, hailed as a breakthrough in Ford's engineering. Initial enthusiasm around the engine's performance and efficiency features has waned amid reports of frequent breakdowns and mechanical failures. Owners like Velkovich, who invest their hard-earned money in what is marketed as an advanced, reliable solution, find themselves at odds with reality. A vehicle that performs inconsistently erodes user confidence and loyalty in the brand. It is no surprise then that dissatisfied consumers are vocal on platforms like social media, where their individual messy experiences contribute to a broader narrative of disillusionment. For decades, brand loyalty was almost a given in the truck segment. Ford maintained a solid hold, primarily due to its perceived reliability and innovation. However, consumer landscapes have shifted in tandem with technological advancements, providing buyers with access to abundant information. Today, consumers wield the power of choice more than ever. Platforms such as YouTube, Reddit, and various car forums provide space for airing grievances. A single detailed post from an angry customer can sway potential buyers, affecting brand perception and impacting sales. As such, the stakes for customer satisfaction are incredibly high and increasingly critical to retain market dominance. In the digital age, social media channels and online influencers have redefined information dissemination. What once took days to make national news now spreads globally within hours. Influencers, particularly those focused on automotive content, have broad audiences who trust their reviews and opinions. A single negative video review or post discussing issues with the F-150 can lead to wide-reaching repercussions, significantly altering consumer perceptions. As stories of faulty transmissions and unreliable engines circulate more freely and frequently, the adverse effects compound, culminating in dented consumer confidence. Consumers are not just interested in product specifications, they are keenly aware of others' experiences and favor transparency and authenticity. Brands that fail to account for consumer sentiments risk adverse brand positioning and diminish customer loyalty. Breakaway demand. While technological advancements are typically heralded as beneficial, the current scenario reveals a counter-narrative, a parallel demand for simpler, more utilitarian vehicles. Many consumers have grown weary of feature creep, an industry trend where manufacturers load vehicles with excessive, unproven technological features. These additions often lead to internal complexities and reduced reliability. For a segment of the market, the traditional strengths of a vehicle, reliability, durability, and affordability, remain paramount. The recall of over 500,000 trucks amplifies these voices, calling for vehicles that assure dependability above gimmicks. Ford currently seems misaligned with this demand. Addressing consumer dissatisfaction requires Ford to move beyond mere technical fixes. It's about mending relationships and building credibility through proactive engagement. Ford must intensively focus on transparent communication, acknowledging consumers' concerns, and detailing steps taken to resolve issues. Strategies like improving customer service and investing in quality assurance are pivotal. Pricing conundrum. In recent years, the automotive industry has witnessed a remarkable transformation, with advances in technology and a focus on elevated consumer experiences. For Ford, a leader in the industry renowned for its workhorses, this shift initially presented an opportunity. However, as prices soar and features multiply, Ford finds itself confronting a conundrum. In this segment, we'll explore how pricing and feature complexity have contributed to Ford's struggles, alienating loyal consumers and creating openings for competitors. The Ford F-150 Dime, as an emblematic symbol of American engineering, has traditionally occupied a sweet spot in the market, balancing innovation with affordability. But today, this balance appears skewed. Current pricing strategies for the F-150 have begun to strain credibility, as evidenced by models like the F-150 Tremor Trim, which now hovers around an alarming $78,500. This steep price escalation alienates a core segment of Ford's customer base, the practical, budget-conscious buyer who historically opted for Fords due to their combination of reliability and economic accessibility. This demographic finds itself priced out, leading many to question their loyalty and consider alternatives. Factors behind price hikes. One contributing factor to the inflated pricing is the direct and indirect costs associated with integrating advanced technologies and features. Furthermore, external pressures such as supply chain disruptions and inflation have catalyzed an upward trend in vehicle manufacturers' suggested retail price. Yet beyond mere inflation, we must consider the role of corporate strategy. In attempts to capture premium segments within the truck market, Ford has invested heavily in technology and high-end features. While these enhancements can be viewed as aligning with shifting market trends toward luxury and tech-forward innovations, they also risk sidelining consumers who prioritize affordability over cutting-edge gadgets. Ford's strategic misstep is evident in its pricing decisions, which seem driven as much by corporate aims to maintain profit margins on diminishing volume sales as by external economic factors. In this light, the perception of corporate greed colors consumer dissatisfaction, potentially undermining long-term brand equity. Economic factors. Inflation is giving everyone a major headache. As the cost of raw materials skyrockets, manufacturers like Ford are feeling the pinch. This means the manufacturer's suggested retail price on models like the legendary F-150 is soaring higher than a hot air balloon. For budget-conscious buyers, these juiced-up price tags are like a wet blanket on their dreams of Ford ownership. And the real kicker? It could even alienate those loyal Ford fans who've been faithfully sticking with the brand for its sweet spot of affordability and reliability. But wait, there's more. Those supply chain nightmares, thanks to global events like the COVID-19 pandemic, are really wreaking havoc. Crucial components, especially those sassy semiconductors, are in short supply, forcing automakers to put the brakes on production. Less inventory means Ford has to hike up those prices even higher to stay profitable. Now, let's talk about those finicky consumers. In this era of rampant inflation, folks are getting way more cautious with their hard-earned cash. They're prioritizing practicality over flashy features, so the demand for high-priced bells and whistles loaded vehicles is taking a nosedive. Ford's got to get crafty to stay relevant. Maybe they'll offer more competitive pricing on the basic models, or really highlight the value-packed features that appeal to the budget-conscious crowd. After all, they've got to keep those loyal customers coming back for more, right? The cost of feature creep. At the heart of Ford's pricing conundrum is a broader industry trend concerned with feature creep. This term describes the gradual accumulation of unnecessary features within products over time, leading to increased complexity, higher costs, and often a decline in in product reliability. In vehicles like the F-150i, this phenomenon manifests in the form of advanced but non-essential technological integrations, such as overly sophisticated tailgate configurations, elaborate infotainment systems, and abundant warning sensors. While such features can enhance user experience, they also introduce additional points of potential mechanical or electronic failure. With increased complexity comes a greater likelihood of malfunctions, creating higher maintenance and repair costs, further adding to the consumer's financial burden. Despite advancements in automotive technology, many consumers' primary demands remain relatively straightforward: robustness, reliability, and usability. Vehicles, especially trucks, are often purchased with practical utilitarian intentions intended for work, family, and adventures. Therefore, the overemphasis on high-end features inadvertently deters a segment of buyers who seek vehicles grounded in dependability more than luxury. The feedback loop of consumer dissatisfaction and declining sales becomes evident as the excessive focus on technological advancements undermines traditional strengths that built Ford's reputation. Ford's challenge lies in recalibrating its approach, ensuring technological integration aligns with consumer priorities without compromising affordability or reliability. In response to dwindling sales, Ford has resorted to strategic discounting. For instance, hefty factory rebates and dealership discounts have become necessary to entice buyers, as seen with the significant reductions offered on various F-150 models. While these tactics may temporarily stimulate interest and boost sales volumes, they also diminish perceived vehicle value, potentially harming brand perception and profitability in the long term. Furthermore, when consumers become conditioned to expect substantial discounts, it breeds a reluctance to purchase vehicles at standard pricing, leading to a persistent cycle of markdowns. This is particularly problematic for Ford, which finds itself in a precarious position trying to maintain perceived value amidst growing consumer skepticism. A market-tilting paradigm. As Ford grapples with these pricing and feature challenges, competitors like Chevy and GMC are deftly maneuvering to capture disgruntled and price-sensitive consumers. By offering relative value propositions with emphasis on core performance rather than opulence, these automakers capitalize on Ford's oversight. Trucks like the Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra present competitive funds with more straightforward, cost-efficient designs that contrast Ford's complicated, pricey models. Competing brands have aligned their strategic visions with evolving industry dynamics, leaning towards affordability and streamlined features. As a result, they often provide more compelling offerings for buyers disillusioned by Ford's premium pricing and complexity-heavy models, a scenario in which traditional brand loyalty is tested against perceptible value assessments and consumer satisfaction. Recognizing this shift in consumer sentiment and competitive strategy, Ford must strive for balance within its product lineup, synchronizing innovative development with accessible pricing schemas. To regain consumer trust, Ford ought to embrace a renewed focus on essential performance attributes, scaling back non-essential complexities that contribute disproportionately to production costs and consumer mistrust. Moreover, investing in research to better understand consumer expectations can bridge existing gaps. Insights gathered thus can steer design and pricing strategies that resonate with Ford's historical brand pillars: dependability, strength, and value-driven solutions. The race against time. Ford is in a desperate sprint to reclaim its pole position, but the landscape has evolved dramatically. The challenge is nothing short of monumental, a struggle not just for market share, but for survival. This once unassailable leader now finds itself overshadowed by the bold strides of competitors who have mastered the art of adapting to contemporary consumer needs. Will Ford find the ignition to power through this formidable challenge, or will it stall as competitors cross the finish line? Reflecting on Ford's storied past reveals a brand deeply intertwined with American identity, an emblem of innovation and resilience. Yet, history is not a substitute for action. Modern consumers find themselves lured by Chevy's and GMC's captivating narratives, which are artfully woven with promises of reliability and cutting-edge simplicity. It's a historical dichotomy. While Ford's roots run deep, its branches must grow anew to withhold against the gale-force winds of market change. Consider the hard-hitting statistics. Chevy and GMC have seized significant chunks of market share. The Silverado, with its competitive pricing, has outsold Ford's equivalent models, capturing a demographic that Ford once claimed as its own. Numbers don't lie. These competitors have transformed ambition into action, offering an alluring combination of value and innovation that Ford must emulate to reclaim its standing. Realigning the compass. Now is the time for Ford to realign its strategic compass. It is imperative that Ford not only acknowledge its current predicaments, but also embrace them as catalysts for profound change. By redefining their focus on core strengths and aligning their offerings with consumer demands, Ford can initiate a renaissance. It must advocate for an internal revolution driven by an ardent commitment to recalibration and redemption. Echoing through Ford's halls must be the resounding calls to rediscover foundations of affordability, reliability, and simplicity. These tenets, reiterated endlessly and returned to relentlessly, will serve as the framework for rebuilding trust and brand loyalty. By emphasizing these elements, Ford's path forward transforms from tentative steps to a confident drive toward renewal. Ford's future depends on its ability to blend the pride of its past with the promise of its potential. By tapping into its rich history while adapting to contemporary values of eco-friendliness and technology that serve true purpose, Ford can bridge the gap between tradition and innovation, crafting vehicles that resonate with both legacy and leadership. Imagine a future where Ford doesn't just drive along established routes, but forges a bold new path, reinventing itself with a mix of nostalgic heritage and futuristic foresight. This is not merely wishful thinking, but a necessary vision. A recalibrated, re-energized Ford must navigate the complex terrains of the present and future with vigor, ensuring its legacy is not only preserved, but propelled into new realms of possibility. A legacy on the line. Ford, a titan of the automotive industry, finds itself teetering on the brink of a strategic precipice. Once the bedrock of American motoring innovation, the company now faces a stark reality where past grandeur is overshadowed by current missteps. It's almost as if the roaring engine of success has stalled, prompting a desperate search for ignition. But how did the powerhouse arrive at this critical juncture? Amid a storm of spiraling costs and consumer distrust, Ford is grappling with a catastrophic identity crisis. These challenges, marked by shocking lapses in reliability and catastrophic pricing strategies, threaten to sully the illustrious blue oval. Once synonymous with innovation and trust, the brand now stares down a challenge that could dismantle its reputation if not urgently and skillfully addressed. What happened to the company that not long ago forged an unbreakable bond with the everyday American worker? Ford's journey from Henry Ford's revolutionary assembly lines to today's tumultuous market is a tale ripe with innovation. Yet today's practices send ripples of betrayal through the hearts of loyal consumers. Those who cherish the brand for its dedication to dependability now find themselves abandoned amidst a sea of unreliable tech and inflated MSRPs. The very essence of Ford's mission, to craft accessible, dependable automobiles, appears to fade, eclipsed by a relentless pursuit of profit margins at the consumer's expense. A lopsided equation. Consider the stark figures that illuminate Ford's missteps. Current pricing structures render the F-150 Tremor a heftily priced aspiration for most consumers, with MSRPs ballooning beyond the reach of even the most steadfast Ford loyalists. Meanwhile, Chevy and GMC offer competitive vehicles at more accessible price points, further alienating Ford's core customer base. Statistically, these competitors are claiming broader market shares, turning Ford's previous dominance on its head. Is it prudent for Ford to pursue technological prowess at the cost of consumer loyalty? At what point does innovation morph from visionary to excessive, betraying the foundational principles of simplicity and reliability? These questions echo through boardrooms and consumer forums alike, challenging the company to reevaluate its trajectory and priorities. In stark contrast, Chevy and GMC adeptly balance innovation with consumer expectations, ensuring vehicles that enchant without excess. They have not just kept pace with market trends, they've set them blending modern technology with performance and affordability, traits that Ford seems increasingly distant from offering consistently. This contrast highlights the growing disparity between brands and suggests a blueprint Ford must consider adopting if it wishes to recapture its throne. Environmental issues. It's no secret that folks these days are way more conscious about the environmental impact of, well, pretty much everything. And when it comes to their next set of wheels, they're not just looking for fuel-efficient rides. They want the whole package, baby. These savvy shoppers are scrutinizing the carbon footprint of their vehicles, and they're not afraid to demand cleaner, greener options. Well, Ford ain't sitting on the sidelines. They've jumped right into the sustainability game, investing big bucks in cutting-edge electric vehicle tech. Remember that sleek Mustang Mach-E? Yep, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Ford's got plans to electrify even their legendary F-Series trucks. Talk about going green in a big way, but hold your horses, folks. Transitioning to a fully electric lineup ain't exactly a walk in the park. Ford's gotta figure out the whole infrastructure thing, making sure there are enough charging stations to power all those electric vehicles. And let's not forget about educating consumers on the benefits of ditching the gas guzzlers for the eco-friendly alternatives. And the pressure's on from the government too. Stricter emissions regulations worldwide are forcing automakers to get real serious about their sustainability game. In the good old US of A, those policies aimed at cutting greenhouse gas emissions and boosting fuel efficiency are tightening the screws on Ford and their competitors. So what's Ford's plan to stay ahead of the curve? Well, they're tackling these regulatory hurdles head on, investing big in R&D to keep their products compliant and cutting edge. By positioning themselves as sustainability leaders in the auto industry, Ford's hoping to not only keep those eco-conscious consumers happy, but also avoid any nasty penalties for not getting with the green program. At the end of the day, the writing's on the wall. Environmental impact is the name of the game when it comes to car buying decisions these days. Ford knows they gotta keep evolving to stay relevant and competitive in this rapidly changing market. Future outlook. As Ford navigates the complexities of the modern automotive landscape, a strategic vision for the future is essential to reclaim its position as an industry leader. The path forward must be defined by a commitment to innovation that aligns with consumer expectations while prioritizing reliability, affordability, and sustainability. By focusing on these key areas, Ford can adapt to evolving market dynamics and consumer preferences. One of the most pressing trends in the automotive industry is the shift toward electrification. As consumers increasingly prioritize environmentally friendly options, Ford must accelerate its transition to electric vehicles. The success of models like the Mustang Mach-E demonstrates that there is a market for electric vehicles that combine performance with sustainability. To build on this momentum, Ford should expand its electric vehicle lineup, ensuring that a diverse range of models is available to meet varying consumer needs, from compact cars to robust trucks. Additionally, Ford should invest in sustainable manufacturing practices such as utilizing recycled materials in vehicle production and implementing energy-efficient processes in factories. By positioning itself as a leader in sustainability, Ford can attract environmentally conscious consumers and enhance its brand image. While innovation is crucial, Ford must not lose sight of its core values, reliability and affordability. The company should prioritize producing vehicles that meet the practical needs of consumers without excessive complexity or cost. This means streamlining features to ensure that they add genuine value rather than contributing to feature creep. By simplifying designs and focusing on what consumers truly want, durability, ease of use, and cost effectiveness, Ford can regain trust among its customer base. To address pricing concerns, Ford might consider introducing more budget-friendly models that appeal to practical buyers who have felt alienated by rising prices. Offering competitive pricing alongside robust warranties can help reassure consumers about their investment in a Ford vehicle. In an age where consumer voices are amplified through social media and online platforms, engaging with customers has never been more critical. Ford should establish robust channels for customer feedback and actively involve consumers in the product development process. This could include surveys, focus groups, and social media interactions that allow customers to share their experiences and preferences directly with the company. By fostering a culture of transparency and responsiveness, Ford can demonstrate its commitment to addressing consumer concerns while building stronger relationships with its customers. This engagement will not only help improve product offerings, but also enhance brand loyalty as consumers feel valued and heard. As technology continues to evolve rapidly within the automotive sector, Ford must leverage it wisely. This means investing in technologies that enhance safety, performance, and user experience without overwhelming consumers with unnecessary features. For example, advancements in autonomous driving should be pursued thoughtfully, ensuring they align with consumer comfort levels and regulatory standards. Furthermore, Ford should focus on enhancing its connectivity features, allowing drivers to integrate their digital lives seamlessly into their vehicles. However, these features should prioritize ease of use and reliability over complexity. Charting a course correct. The time is ripe for Ford to galvanize its forces and spearhead a transformative strategy that realigns with its core values. It must advocate for its own evolution as fervently as its forebears championed automotive independence. Here lies an opportunity to reshape narratives. By embracing sustainable, consumer-driven practices, Ford can ascend once more as a leader in reliability and innovation. At the heart of Ford's potential renaissance are the fundamental values of reliability, affordability, and brand consumer trust. These themes, repeatedly underscored, beckon Ford to return to its roots while embracing future innovations that truly enhance and simplify the driving experience. By reining in unnecessary complexity and refocusing on value-driven solutions, Ford positions itself to reclaim loyalty and drive confidently into the future. Ford's identity is closely tied to the ideals of independence and innovation. By re-engaging these values, the brand can forge a connection with both current consumers and new generations. This identity rebuild not only revives trust, but empowers Ford to deliver vehicles that resonate with drivers' needs, ensuring vehicles that are not just purchased, but cherished. Imagine a world where Ford reclaims its narrative, where the roar of its engines signals not just transportation, but a journey towards renewal. This vision is not unattainable. It merely requires Ford to steer with courage and conviction, embracing principled innovation to traverse the challenging landscape with resolve. In the grand story of Ford, today's challenges are but a chapter. With strategic recalibrations that emphasize core values and consumer alignment, Ford can pen a new narrative of enduring triumph. The road to recovery is paved with introspection, strategic insight, and a fortuitous return to basics, ensuring Ford is not only a symbol of American automotive ingenuity, but a beacon of what can be achieved through balanced innovation. It's time for Ford to seize this opportunity, to drive forward with renewed purpose, to chart a course that intertwines legacy and innovation, and to secure a future that both honors its past and surges ahead with unbridled ambition.